So there's been a lot of controversy with the Jesse Ridgway situation, with him and his wife choosing to abort their child with trisomy 21. So while I can't exactly relate with this situation, I feel like I have room to talk. So I have a cousin with trisomy 18. I have another family member, nonverbal, autistic, and I've had friends that have MS and other friends with disabilities, and I don't think any less of any of these people. And I think that sometimes just because we haven't seen the face, we're trying to give it an excuse to abort the child before they even have an option. And quite frankly, my hope with this video is that it reaches whoever it needs to reach, because this is a super touchy subject, especially for people who have been through the loss of a child through miscarriage or something like that. And I think that the Ridgways just didn't realize exactly what they were getting into when they decided to tell the entire world. And there were pieces of it that felt like he just wanted to keep on rolling instead of either accepting his emotions or just forgetting about it and letting it be something to maybe even possibly make him money. There was a guy that put a comment for the second video about them choosing to abort it, and I'm going to be honest with you, I couldn't watch the whole thing because as somebody who has suffered the loss of a child,
where are you seeing this?
That's the last thing you want to see. But I'm going to show you guys something pretty cool, because this is what I think could have happened. And I just want to say that regardless of if that child is with us or no longer with us, it's still special and very well could have been a star. And some of the examples of the stars that I'm going to give you are pretty cool, because I love watching a bunch of different YouTubers. And my cousin Carson, he's hilarious.
What's up? Whoa,
he always says, "What's up, Grog?"
Gog?
And he's
Can't
trying to say
talk
vlog, but it's just so cool. Like, if you meet him, you've never experienced anyone like him. You can be having the worst day, and one of my old coworkers used to say, you can have the worst day, but if Carson's around, then it's because you chose to have a bad day. Like, you have to force yourself to have a bad day around him. He's comedic relief whenever you need it. He always has something to say, and he's very, very quick-witted. So, along with that, though, then there are other people that I watch. Like Sean and Marley are hilarious. If you guys haven't seen the soda water episode, it's hilarious. The soda water episode is probably one of my favorites. They also had the ability to meet Theo Vaughn, and his reaction with them is just priceless. Like, it's great. You guys need to watch some of their content. Another one is Max and Jake. And Max is autistic, and his brother Jake is pretty much his caretaker and takes care of him and lets him do whatever he wants for certain videos. Like, he might have them have costumes or something and just make a whole day out of it. But it's so genuine. And I think that people like that have a very special place in your heart if you let them, if you choose to. And prayerfully, I'm hoping that something like that happens with the Ridgways, because if they could meet somebody that's actually melted your heart the way those kind of people have mine. And I'm not even an emotional person. I used to never be emotional. But I get emotional talking about things like that because it's a big deal. And so when you have somebody like that, they change your life. And that child could have very well changed their lives. And it still did. They just chose a different impact. And another one that I want to say is there's a YouTube account. I believe it's called The Life of Brett. And so whenever Brett is getting into stuff, he likes messing with his parents, and he's nonverbal too, and I believe he has Angelman syndrome as well, which affects his neurological issues and like nerve issues and things. And so I could be kind of wrong on that, but it's called The Life of Brett, and it's hilarious because he doesn't even have to say anything, and he takes hold of the screen. Like, he will fake kind of stumbling because he's kind of clumsy, but he'll fake stumbling and just so he can get a reaction. Or there's another one where he took a hand and was doing like that to the other person on camera, and it's just hilarious. And so while we may never know what this child could have been, don't let that deter you from making a decision like that, because I'm going to be quite honest with you, these tests are different than they were 10 or 20 years ago. I feel like there's so much more information that they put on them, like a greater percentage of this, a greater percentage of that. And if you accept that without even, for one, you haven't even met the child yet, if you accept that, you are in turn accepting a spirit of fear. And when you accept that spirit of fear, you're conforming, you're shaking hands with it, you're agreeing with it, and you're becoming in agreement with it, even though you haven't even met this child yet. And I've got a verse for you that I'm going to read. Yeah, 2 Timothy, verse 7. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. Love that self-discipline. But it's, you have not been given a spirit of fear, but of love, self-discipline, and a sound mind. And so, depending on translation, essentially what's happening is you are accepting a spirit of fear that you never needed to. And on a different note, I know people that have accepted that before without even thinking, and they were freaking out about it, like completely freaking out about it, because they were fearful that their child might be different. And for one, it's okay to be different. And guess what? Their child's fine. Their child's fine and healthy baby. But when you get those results, don't just freak out, okay? Pray about it and don't accept it right away, guys. And I hope you found this video helpful. And just know God knit you in your mother's womb. And so if that's true, then He's already designed you perfectly the way you're supposed to be. And remember, don't follow me, follow Jesus.